So I also want to point out that an industrial robot, it's in comparison with the soccer robots, it's a very durable resource. It has a proven uptime in the automobile sector of 99.99%. I don't think there is any machine which has a liability like an industrial robot. It has a proven life expectancy of 15 years. And I think that we use this industrial robot to make a dedicated system, in our case for the CNC market, and therefore I'm quite confident to say that what we create is also a durable resource, which even by small and medium-sized series can be put at work immediately without any specific robot knowledge for your operators. The setup time is 5 minutes for new workpieces and 3 minutes for repetitive workpieces. It does actually a disconnection between your invoice hours and your labor hours, and it does this disconnection for 70%. It takes away the production pressure from your operators, because your production is not depending on their labor anymore. The production is dependent on something which is automated. So this brings a lot of peace and ease in your factory, because your good workers, they can concentrate themselves on making CNC programs, work preparation, etc. And it immediately multiplies your gross margin by 3 during normal working hours. Now, in my example, it was by 5, but I think if you have work, guaranteed by 3. And it immediately makes your potential capacity, and which is your potential capacity, this is actually the number of machines you have multiplied by 24 hours, multiplied by 365 days. This is your potential capacity. It immediately makes a lot of that potential capacity usable for you in a labor-independent way. It has a guaranteed payback time within normal working hours of less than 2 years, and if you use it in extra hours, it has a payback time of only 6 months. It can be put at work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and let me conclude by saying, where can you find a skilled labor who is able to work 24 hours a day for you, 7 days a week, and after 5 years, work free for you? I don't think you can find it. So this concludes my presentation. Come and see us next week at the Innovation Beurs at Kortrijk, where we will be continually showing a system of us at work. I all thank you very much for your kind attention. If there are any questions, please, I'm glad to ask.
Okay, thank you for your presentation.
Okay. We actually worked before with a Motorman robot, which was a 7X robot, because we absolutely wanted the system to be besides the machine opening, and with a 7X robot you can easily do that, but the 7X robot is more expensive than a 6X robot, so we start thinking about working with the 6X robot, and then we came to the idea of inclining the robot completely, with which we achieved the same results. I must say that from our side, that the software is actually not dependent on the kind of robot we work with, but of course in the robot there is also a type of program with which we communicate, and that program has to be written in the robot language of the type of robot that you use. But yes, we can work with other types of robots as well.
So mainly at this moment you work with Fanuc?
We have worked with Motorman before, and we of course work now mainly with Fanuc, yes. Other questions? Sir?
From what lot size can you use it?
Well, we internally use it from lot sizes. Let's say if we have to make 5 pieces and the cycle time of a piece is 10 minutes, then we make the first piece. We need 5 minutes to set up the system, and we have 40 minutes unmanned operation. During that 40 minutes, our operator can do something which is more creative than putting in or waiting on a machine to be finished. But I must say that also from our experience, in each company, when you start using this type of systems, there is a learning curve. And in the beginning, we routed our, let's say, bigger quantities to the robot system, giving the ability of that our laborers could get confident with the technology. But once they get confident with it, they will start using it also for smaller series. Yes.
And do you have specific requirements for the CNC machines? I mean, if you have, let's say, 100 pieces to produce, you don't want to have the 10 first pieces that are okay, and then the last 90 pieces that are scrap because you're out of tolerance.
We also, in the system, there is something like you can, online, while the robot is working, you can put in a measuring frequency. And you can change that during your production. Of course, when you start working with robots, then the focus of operators and their learning curve, a lot has to do with process certainty. So they have to learn more about, let's say, cutting conditions, work more with, I don't know in English, but standtijd and so on. So there is a learning curve for the operators as well.
What you also mean is that probably you need more monitoring and this kind of things in the process to check if something goes wrong, or
which is actually not true, because you can set up, if you know that in the metal cutting industry you have easy pieces, you have more complex pieces, and an operator knows how to control this process. An operator knows that for this type of pieces where there are very narrow tolerances, that he should measure, let's say, every 3 or every 5 pieces. So he put in the frequency to measure. And also this system allows you, but I think we're running out of time, but just a fast glimpse, what our software actually is set up is this kind of capabilities, that you have your supplier and receiving unit separated from your machines, and you also include a measuring machine in the line, and that the robot is actually a server in between the different process steps. And our software is already prepared for that, so that you can route a piece and say, it starts here, it has to go to this CNC machine, and then every 5 pieces you bring it to that measuring machine, you start up that measuring program, and when the part is good, then you don't have to then the process is running. When the part is not good, then you have to send an SMS to that operator, or you have to give them notice or whatever. So this is actually, all the components that you see in our application are actually can be separated out of each other, so that you can gradually start working to a decentralized automatization, as we call it.